Hi viewers, so welcome to the channel. In this video we are going to discuss the model paper of Rgukt. So Rajiv Gandhi University of Knowledge Technologies Common Entrance Test 2020, so which is also known as IIIT, right? So in this exam, so we are going to have 100 questions. So among those 100 questions, 50 questions are from mathematics, right? Now we are in this video we are going to discuss about those sample 50 questions from mathematics. So if you are new to this channel, so please subscribe the channel and watch the video till the end, right? If you like the video, please share with your friends so that they also get benefited from the video, right? Let us begin the video. Question number 1. If HCF of 65 and 117 is equal to 65m minus 117, then the value of m is, right? So this is the given question. So what is the HCF of 65 and 117? So how to find? So we need to divide the greater number with the smaller number. So we need to divide 117 with 65. So it goes one time, so 65. Next, so what I am going to get? So 7 minus 5 is 2, and this gives me 52. Now this particular divisor will become dividend in the next step. So until you get remainder 0, you need to continue this process. So 52 ones are 52. Next I am going to get 13 here. Now this divisor again I am going to write here. So 13 table 4 times, so it exactly divides 52. So whenever you get the remainder as 0, then whatever the divisor that is present, so that divisor is nothing but my HCF. So this is nothing but my HCF. But what did he ask? He did not ask HCF, he is asking what is the value of m. Now this 65m minus 117 is equal to this HCF, which is nothing but 13. Now from this 65m is equal to, when I transpose this minus 117, it becomes plus 117, which gives me 130. So from this m is equal to 130 by 65, so which gives me 2. So the value of m is 2. So option B is my answer, right? Next, moving on to the second question. So by which digit the value of 4 power 2020 ends, right? Or it is also known as what is the units place. So he is asking you to find out the units place of this particular expansion. So for that, what I am going to do is, so first of all consider 4 power 1. What is 4 power 1? Its value is 4. The same way if I consider 4 square, so 4 square is nothing but 16. Here I am going to consider only the units place because I am interested only in the units place. So 4 square is equal to 16. The same way 4 cube is equal to 64. Here units place is 4. Next, the same way 4 power 4 is equal to 256. Here units place is 6. So if you observe the units places, whenever you are having odd powers, it is ending with 4. So whenever you are having even powers, then it is ending with 6. The same thing if we continue, so you will be having either 4 or 6 in the units place, right? So if you are having odd power, so if you are having odd power, it ends with 4. If you are having even power, it ends with 6. So here given thing is 2020, so 2020 is even number, so it ends with 6. So the answer is 6. Next, moving on to the third question. If one of the zeros of the quadratic polynomial, so this is the given quadratic polynomial, its one of the zeros is minus 3. So what is meant by 0 of the polynomial? So when you substitute that value in the place of the variable, you need to get the polynomial as 0. That means when you substitute minus 3, what I am going to get? So this becomes k minus 1 into minus 3 whole square plus k times of minus 3 plus 1 is equal to 0, because when we substitute it should be equal to 0. So minus 3 whole square is 9. So when I multiply with 9 into k is 9k, minus 9 minus 3 into k is minus 3k, plus 1 is equal to 0. So from this 9k minus 3k is 6k, minus 9 plus 1 is nothing but minus 8 is equal to 0. So when you transpose minus 8 it becomes plus 8. So when you transpose 6 it becomes divided by 6. So from this what I am going to get? I am going to get 4 by 3. So the answer is 4 by 3. So while transposing, don't do any mistake, right? So there is a chance of getting mistake. So if you do mistake, then this will be your answer, which is wrong, right? Next, moving on to question number 4. Now let us see this. Here the base is 3 by 4 and the value given is 1.3 bar. So whenever you are having 1.3 bar, so 1.3 bar means nothing but 1.333333 and so on. This is nothing but non-terminating recurring decimal. So this is non-terminating recurring decimal. So whenever you are having non-terminating recurring decimal, you need to convert that particular non-terminating recurring decimal into p by q form. So how can you do that? So what is the periodicity? So periodicity means how many decimals are being repeated? Only one. So then what I am going to do? I am going to consider this particular 1.3 bar as x. Then with the periodicity, so if periodicity is 1, then we need to multiply with 10 power 1. If periodicity is 2, then we need to multiply with 10 power 2. Likewise, when you multiply, what I am going to get? I am going to get 13.3333 and so on. Next, under that, if I write x value, this is nothing but 1.3333 and so on. Now if you observe, after the decimal point all are 3s, so we can cancel them out. When I do subtraction, what I am going to get? I am going to get 9x is equal to 12. These after decimal values will get cancelled. So from this x is equal to 12 by 9, so which gives me 4 by 3. Now this 4 by 3 I can write it as 3 by 4 whole power minus 1. So 4 by 3 I can write as 3 by 4 whole power minus 1. Why I have written? Means because this base is 3 by 4, so this 4 by 3 I have replaced it as 3 by 4 whole power minus 1. Now finally what I am going to get? Log of 3 by 4 whole power minus 1 to the base 3 by 4. Now using power law, this minus 1 will come to front, so minus 1 times of log 3 by 4 to the base 3 by 4. So already you know log a to the base a is 1, so minus 1 into 1, which gives me minus 1. So the answer is option C. Next, moving on to question number 5. So in the exam, so they may ask matchings also, right? See here, so x square is equal to 7, then what is the value of x? So if x square is equal to 7, so x is equal to root 7. Since 7 is a prime number, so root 7 will be always an irrational number, right? So for this the option is option 1. Next, for y is equal to 1000, so 1000 can be written as 10 power 3. Now when I replace in the place of y as 10 power 3, then what I am going to get? So log 10 power 3 to the base 10. So already using power law we have done. So 3 will come front, so log 10 to the base 10. So this gives me 3 into 1, which is equal to 3. Hence this answer is 3. So 3 can be a prime number or a rational number. So there are two possibilities for B, right? Next, coming to C question. So for what value of P? Root P is always irrational. So always he is saying. That means P should be always a prime number, because we cannot write square root of prime number as rational number. Hence it is always irrational. So from that condition, so 2 will be given to option C. Then automatically this rational number will be taken by this Bombay, right? So from this, what are the answers? 1, 3 and 2. So you need to check 1, 3 and 2 where it is. So 1, 3 and 2. So it is option D. Right. Next, moving on to question number 6. So A subset to B. So A subset to B means, so what is the meaning? All the elements of A are present in B. All the elements of A are present in B. That means, so how many elements are there in A? There are 25 elements. Right? There are 25 elements in A. That means all these 25 elements are present in B. That means this 35 I can write it as 25 plus 10. So these 25 are common to both these set A and set B, and these 10 are exclusively of set B. So from this, what is asking? N of A intersection B. A intersection B means common elements. So how many common elements are given? So there are 25 common elements. So N of, so whenever A subset to B, then N of A intersection B is nothing but equal to N of A. So this is the condition where you can use it, right? So N of A intersection B is nothing but equal to N of A. So for suppose if we ask about N of A union B, so if the same condition is given, A subset to B, and if we ask about N of A union B, then its answer will be equal to N of B, which is nothing but 35, right? So if union is asked, you need to consider N of B, that is nothing but biggest set, whereas if we ask about intersection, you need to take the smallest set, right? Next, moving on to question number 7. So in question number 7, we are having match the following type question. So union means, so you need to remember all these things. Union means or, intersection means and. So these are nothing but the set builder forms. So the words used in set builder forms. Next, minus means, so does not belongs to. So it says does not belongs to. Subset means, so if it is contained in, so all the elements of A are contained in set B. Now if you observe one after the other, A union B, R. So R is present here. So for this, option 4. Next, intersection. So intersection means end. So there is no end. So you can consider this particular set builder form. Then what is given? So option 1. A minus B. Minus means, so before which set minus is given, so that set it does not belongs to. That means X does not belongs to B. So for this, option 2 will come. Next, A subset to B. So for all X belongs to A, it implies X belongs B. That means all the elements of A are present in B. So from this 4, 1, 2, 3. So 4, 1, 2, 3. So it is satisfying option B. So option B is my answer. Next, moving on to question number 8. So here for question number 8 and 9. So for questions 8 and 9, so what he has given, read the following paragraph. So this is a comprehensive passage type question, right? So you need to read the paragraph and based on that you need to answer. So what he has given, A, B are two non-empty sets. The union of two sets A minus B and B minus A. So when I consider the union of two sets, so union of which two sets? A minus B and B minus A. So when I take the union of these two sets, it is nothing but equal to the symmetric difference of A and B. So it is called as symmetric difference of A and B, and it is denoted by A delta B. So from this, what you can understand, A delta B is nothing but union of A minus B and B minus A. So based on this, you need to answer the question, right? Now let us see question number 8 and 9. So question number 8, what he has given? So Venn diagram of A delta B. So what is A delta B first? So A delta B is nothing but union of A minus B and B minus A. So what is A minus B? A minus B is nothing but only A. So only A is represented by A minus B, and B minus A is nothing but only B. That means only A means only A part should be filled, and only B means only B part should be filled, and their union I need to consider. So only A means, so it should not have any intersection part. So only A means this part, and only B means this part. This is nothing but the common part, no? we should not consider this common part. Okay, so from this the Venn diagram for this question is this one. Now he is asking ninth question, A delta B is also equal to. He is asking also equal to means, so other than this formula there is one more formula. So by looking at the options, so if you choose this option then you are absolutely wrong. So you need to be careful while choosing the option, right? So A delta B is also equal to. So if you want, so you have already seen this particular Venn diagram, right? So based on this, here if you observe, this particular intersection part is missing, no? From what? So from total A union B. So from A union B we are missing intersection part. So directly what I can say, A union B minus A intersection B is nothing but representing this A delta B. Okay, next moving on to question number 10. See this question, statement type question. So there are two statements given. So based on, so by reading the question statements you need to write the answer. Now statement 1. So what he has given, P of x and G of x. There are two polynomials and G of x is not equal to 0 and P of x is equal to G of x into Q of x plus R of x. So if you observe, this is nothing but division algorithm, no? So dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, right? So whenever you are having a divisor, so the degree of the divisor, so based on the degree of the divisor we are going to have the degree of the remainder. So the remainder may be 0, right? So if it is exactly dividing, then remainder is 0, or what we can say, degree of R of x will be less than degree of G of x. Degree of remainder polynomial will be less than degree of the divisor polynomial, right? So this statement is correct. Next, statement 2, what he has given, if P of x is equal to x square minus 5x plus 3, it is divided by x minus 3. So x minus 3 means which type of polynomial it is? It is linear polynomial. If I am dividing with linear polynomial, then remainder will be a constant polynomial, right? So this is also correct. See, this particular statement 2 is using statement 1, no? So when statement 2 is using statement 1, then directly what we can say, since we know both the statements are correct, so both statements are correct and 1 is supporting 2, because using the concept of statement 1 we are answering statement 2. So from this clearly what we can say, statement 1 is supporting statement 2. Next, moving on to question number 11. So this is also based on statements. Now if you observe the first statement, so what he has given, if the polynomial P of x is exactly divisible by x plus 2. So exactly divisible means nothing but its remainder is 0. That means what we can say, if this is my polynomial, then P of minus 2 is equal to 0. If P of minus 2 is equal to 0, that means what I am going to get, so 2 into minus 2 whole cube minus k times of minus 2 whole square plus 5 times of minus 2 plus 2 is equal to 0. Now if I get k is equal to minus 6, then this statement is correct. So 2 into minus 2 whole cube is minus 8, minus 8 into 2 minus 16. So minus 2 whole square is 4, 4 into minus k minus 4k minus 10 plus 2 is equal to 0. Now from this, if I transpose this minus 4k, what I am going to get, so 4k is equal to minus 16 minus 10 minus 26, minus 26 plus 4 minus 24. So from this what I am going to get, k is equal to minus 6. So first statement is correct. First statement is correct. Now going on to second statement. So what he has given, if q of x polynomial is divided by x minus 1, it leaves remainder 2. That means q of 1 is equal to 2 he has given. So by using remainder theorem, so q of 1 is equal to 2. That means 1 cube minus 7 into 1 plus k is equal to 2. Now from this what I am going to get, 1 minus 7 plus k is equal to 2. So 1 minus 7 is minus 6. Minus 6 if I transpose, then it becomes plus 6. So 2 plus 6 is 8. So what I got here, k is equal to 8. But what he has given, k is equal to 6. That means this statement is false. Now you will be thinking, so he is asking you the true statement. So you need to read this question carefully. So what he has given, which of the above statements are or is not true. So not true means, so we need to consider the false statement. So if you miss this not, then 1 mark will go, right? So from this, what is he asking? So he is asking which is not true. So not true means, so statement 2 is not true. So answer is option Bombay. Okay, so please be careful to attempt such type of questions. Next, question number 12. So this is simple one, I think. So if alpha beta are the zeros of the polynomial ax square plus bx plus c. So clearly, since alpha beta are the zeros, directly I can write sum of zeros. So sum of zeros is minus b by a, product of zeros is c by a. Now what did he ask you to find? So he is asking you to find the value of alpha square plus beta square. Now what is the formula of alpha square plus beta square? So alpha square plus beta square, I can write it as alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 times of alpha beta. If you want, you can expand it and you can check it out. So already you know sum of zeros and product of zeros. So directly when I substitute these values, so minus b by a whole square minus 2 times of c by a. Now what I am going to get? Minus b square. So this becomes plus b square, right? So b square by a square minus, so here denominator contains a square. So to make this as a square, what I am going to do? I am going to multiply and divide with a. So from this, what is the answer? B square minus 2ac by a square. So option Bombay will come, right? Next, moving on to question number 13. So what he has given, if x is equal to minus y and y is greater than 0. So y is greater than 0. So if y is greater than 0, then what he has given, x is equal to minus y now. So y is positive. So when you apply minus to this, so this total value is negative. That means x value is negative. So clearly I can write it as x is less than 0. Y is greater than 0 and x is less than 0. Now what is he asking you to find? Which of the following is wrong? Which of the following is wrong? Now if you observe the first option, x square y. So x square means positive, because x is negative, x square is positive. So positive into positive. So positive into positive will give positive. So it is correct. Next, when I transpose this minus to left hand side, then you will be getting this condition. So this is also true. Next, x is negative, y is positive. So when you multiply negative into positive, you will be getting negative only. So this is also correct. Then obviously finally option D will be wrong, because 1 by x minus 1 by y will not be equal to 0, right? Next, moving on to question number 14. So in linear type of questions, so what you need to do is, since you have less time to answer the question, so what you should do is just go through option verification, right? Now if you observe this, 2x minus y is equal to 5. So most probably this option will satisfy. So 2 3s are 6, 6 minus 1 5. So okay, so this gives me R for C bit. Next, for B bit, so if I substitute 2 and minus 2, so 3 2s are 6 plus 4 10. So it is satisfying this P option. Obviously this will satisfy Q. So the order is QPR. So QPR means, so option A will come, right? Next, moving on to question number 15. So what he has given, in a cyclic quadrilateral ABCD. So what is meant by cyclic quadrilateral? Cyclic quadrilateral means all the vertices of a quadrilateral lies on a circle, right? So he has given 4 angles and is asking you to find out angle B. So already we know in a cyclic quadrilateral, sum of opposite angles is equal to 180 degrees, right? So from this, what I can say, angle A plus angle C is equal to 180, angle B plus angle D is equal to 180 degrees. Now on adding these two, so a and c. So x plus x is 2x plus y is 2y. 10 minus 30 is minus 20 is equal to 180 degrees. So from this what I am going to get, 2x plus 2y is equal to 200. So from this x plus y is equal to 100. The same way moving on to b and d. So what I am going to get, x plus 2y plus 20 is equal to 180 degrees. So when I transpose this 20, then I am going to get x plus 2y is equal to 160 degrees. So this is equation number 1, this is equation number 2. Since what do I need, angle B, no? So since I need B, that means in B what do we have, y. So directly do equation 2 minus equation 1. So what is equation 2? X plus 2y is equal to 160, x plus y is equal to 100. So when I do subtraction, so x minus x gets cancelled, so 2y minus y is equal to 60. So y is equal to 60, so angle B is equal to 60 plus 20, it is 80 degrees. Right, next moving on to question number 16. Now what he has given, the pair of equations y is equal to 0 and y is equal to minus 5 has. So first of all we should know what is y is equal to 0. So y is equal to 0 means nothing but x-axis. So x-axis represents y is equal to 0. So this is y is equal to 0. Next, y is equal to minus 5. So y is equal to minus 5 means nothing but a line parallel to x-axis and on negative side of y-axis. So y is equal to minus 5. So if you observe, these two lines are parallel to each other. If two lines are parallel, there won't be any solution, right? So this is nothing but the answer for this. Next moving on to question number 17. So what he has given, the equations x square plus x plus 1 has both real roots. So how to check whether it has real roots or not? So it is defined by the value of delta. So delta is equal to b square minus 4ac, no? So b square minus 4ac. So when I substitute the values, all the coefficients are 1s. So directly 1 square minus 4 into 1, which gives me 1 minus 3. So 1 minus 4. So 1 minus 4 means less than 0. So clearly it has no real roots. So clearly this statement is false. Next, what he has given, the equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 has both real roots if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0. So from this what we can say, so second statement is true only, no? So both real roots, so if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0. So first statement is false, second statement is true, right? Next, so from this what we can say, statement 1 is false but statement 2 is true. Okay, next moving on to question number 18. So if you observe this, so clearly 2x minus 3x is equal to 1. So what I am going to get, taking LCM, 2x square minus 3 is equal to x. So from this I can write as 2x square minus x minus 3 is equal to 0, right, by taking the formula method or by taking the factorization. So 2 3s are minus 6x square. So what are the factors of minus 6x square? So I can take minus 3x plus 2x. So when I write this as 2x square plus 2x minus 3x minus 3 is equal to 0, then from the first two terms I can take 2x as common. So when I take 2x as common, x plus 1, here minus 3 as common, x plus 1 is equal to 0. So from this you can write it as x plus 1 into 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So from this x is equal to minus 1 comma 3 by 2. So minus 1 comma 3 by 2. So option C is my answer, right? Otherwise you can go with option verification. Okay, so it will be somewhat time saving. Next, moving on to question number 19. So which of the following is not true? So which of the following is not true? Not true means false. So every quadratic equation can have at most 2 real roots. So at most means maximum 2 real roots. So every quadratic equation can have maximum 2 real roots, or it may have minimum also, right? So from this, option A is correct. Some quadratic equations do not have any real roots. So for delta less than 0, you know that quadratic equation will not have any real roots, so this is also correct. Some quadratic equation may have one real root, right? So some quadratic equations may have one real root, so this case is possible when delta is equal to 0. Next, every quadratic equation has 2 real roots, so this is false. So clearly option D is my wrong one, because every quadratic equation has 2 real roots is wrong, because it may have non-real roots sometimes. So option D is my wrong one. Next, moving on to question number 20. So if you observe this, so what is meant by quadratic equation? If you are having degree 2, then it is a quadratic equation, right? Now if you observe this, so first of all, here we are having root x. So whenever you are having root x, then this is not a quadratic equation, so this is failed. Next, in this particular situation, so when you take LCM, so what I am going to get, x square plus 1 is equal to x cube. So when you get cubic, so this is cubic equation, so it is also false. Next, here if I take LCM, this becomes x power 4 plus 1 is equal to 5x square. Since we are having 4th degree, so it is also not a quadratic equation, so only possibility is option D. So here what we can do, 2x square minus 5x is equal to x square minus 2x plus 1. So when you transpose, it becomes x square minus 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. So this is a quadratic equation. Right, next moving on to question number 21. So what did he ask? The sum of n terms of this particular AP. Now first of all, root 2, 8 I can write it as square root of 4 into 2. 18 I can write as square root of 9 into 2, square root of 16 into 2. So if you observe this, so these are nothing but root 2, 2 root 2, 3 root 2, 4 root 2 and so on. So clearly what is the first term? So first term is root 2. What is the common difference? So 2 root 2 minus root 2 is again root 2. So first term is root 2, common difference is also root 2. Now what did he ask? Sum of n terms. So what is the formula of Sn? So Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now when I substitute these values, so n by 2 into 2a, so 2a is nothing but 2 root 2 plus n minus 1 into root 2. So from this what I am going to get, n by 2 times of 2 root 2 plus, when I multiply root 2 with n, so root 2n minus root 2. So 2 root 2 minus root 2 is root 2. So here also I am having root 2, directly I can take root 2 as common. So root 2n by 2 into, so root 2, so 2 root 2 minus root 2 is root 2. So already root 2 we have taken common, so this becomes 1 plus n. Now this root 2 into, it get cancelled root 2 times. Then finally what is the answer? I can write as n into n plus 1 by root 2. So option D is my answer. Right, next moving on to question number 22. So what he has given, x plus 2, 2x, 2x plus 3 are 3 consecutive terms of AP. So when you say ABC are in AP, then what you can directly suggest, 2b is equal to a plus c. So 2 times of middle term is equal to sum of extremes, right? So from this what I can say, 2 times of 2x is equal to x plus 2 plus 2x plus 3. So when I simplify this, so 2 times of 2x is 4x, x plus 2x is 3x plus 5. So from this, when I transpose 3x, then this whole value becomes x. So x is equal to 5. So from this, x is equal to 5 is my answer. Right, next moving on to question number 23. Now what he has given? So he has given Sn is equal to 3n square plus 5n. Now he has given sum of n terms of AP. Now if I want first term, so A1 is equal to S1. So from this, what I am going to get? 3 plus 5, because when you replace n is equal to 1, then I am going to get first term. So 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. Next, if I want to get a common difference, so if you know common difference, then we can do something, right? So whenever you are having Sn in this form, an square plus bn, then its common difference is given by 2 times of coefficient of n square, so which is nothing but 2 into 3 is equal to 6. So common difference is 6 here. Right, now what is he asking? So which of its terms is 164? So which term is 164? So let us suppose an is equal to 164. Now since we know first term and common difference, so directly I can apply an formula, no? So an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. So when I substitute these values, so a is already 8 plus n minus 1 into, what is the value of d? So d value is 6. So when I transpose this 8, so 164 minus 8 is 156. So 156 is equal to n minus 1 into 6. Now from this, what I am going to get? N minus 1 is equal to 156 by 6. So in 6 table, so 6 2s are 12, so 3 is remained, 6 6 are 36. So from this, n is equal to 27. So the value of, so 27th term is 164. Right, next moving on to question number 24. So what he has given? These 3 terms are in GP. So already we know when ABC are in GP, then it satisfies this condition. So B square is equal to AC. The square of middle one is equal to product of remaining 2. So from this, what I can say? So 8 square is equal to A minus 2 into 16. Now 8 square is 64. 64 is equal to 16 into A minus 2. In 16 table 64, it goes 4 times. So 4 is equal to A minus 2. From this, A is equal to 6. So the value of A is 6. Next, moving on to question number 25. So what he has given? A is equal to 0 comma 2y. So this is A. Next, B is equal to 2x comma 0. So 2x comma 0 means it lies on x-axis. 0 comma 2 means it lies on y-axis. So these are nothing but endpoints of AB. The coordinates of the point C, which are equidistant from 3 vertices of triangle OAB. So what is he asking you to find? So he is asking you to find the coordinates of the point C, which is equidistant from 3 vertices. So equidistant point from 3 vertices is nothing but my, so what is that? So equidistant point from vertices is nothing but my circumcenter. Circumcenter. Since this triangle is a right angle triangle, so circumcenter, so for right angle triangle, circumcenter is nothing but the midpoint of hypotenuse. So what is that? Midpoint of hypotenuse. So for right angle triangle, circumcenter is midpoint of hypotenuse. So remember this. So midpoint of hypotenuse. So what is the midpoint formula? So midpoint formula is nothing but x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. Now when I substitute these values, so x1 plus x2 is nothing but 2x plus 0 by 2 comma 0 plus 2y by 2. Now this gives me 2x by 2 is nothing but x, 2y by 2 is nothing but y. So what is the answer? X comma y. So circumcenter is nothing but midpoint of hypotenuse. Next, moving on to question number 26. What he has given? So a 1 comma 2, O 0 comma 0 and C A comma B are collinear. So collinear means what we can say, all the 3 points lie on a same line, right? So to find the collinearity of this, so which formula we can apply? So we can use area of triangle is equal to 0. So delta is equal to 0, right? Since one of the vertices is 0 comma 0, then area of the triangle is given by half into x1 y2 minus x2 y1. So the area of triangle with one of the vertex as origin is given by half into x1 y2 minus x2 y1, where other than the origin the remaining 2 points are x1 y1 and x2 y2. Now since the points are collinear, so area of triangle will be equal to 0. So from this what I can say, so modulus of x1 into y2, so x1 into y2 means so 1 into b minus x2 y1, so a into 2 is equal to 0. So since this half is transposed to other side, so that it became 0. So from this b minus 2a is equal to 0, b is equal to 2a. So 2a is equal to b is my answer, right? Next, moving on to question number 27. So what is given? So there is a triangle. So there is a triangle given. So for this triangle, A is 4 comma 3, B is 3 comma 4, and C is minus 3 comma minus 4. Now what is he asking? Length of the median through A onto BC. So length of median, so this particular D is nothing but my median, so AD length he is asking you to find. So for this what I am going to do? So first of all I am going to find out this point D value. So what is D here? So median means it divides the opposite side into 2 equal parts. That means this D is nothing but my midpoint. Now already in the previous question we have discussed about midpoint. So midpoint is nothing but average of the given 2 vertices. So it gives me 3 minus 3 0, 0 by anything is 0. So this point D is nothing but 0 comma 0. Now since I need median, right? So this median is nothing but length of AD. So length of AD is nothing but distance between A and this point D. So directly what I can say, x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. So from this 4 square is 16, 3 square is 9. So this gives me square root of 25, so which is nothing but 5. So clearly the length of this median is 5 units. Okay, next moving on to question number 28. So what he has given, x comma y belongs to Q3. So if you remember in quadrant number 1, so both x, y are positive. In second quadrant negative, positive. In third quadrant both the things will be negative. In fourth quadrant positive, negative. Now since he said x comma y are belonging to Q3, so Q3 means this is the quadrant. So clearly what I can say, x is less than 0, y is less than 0. So this is the thing that we can obtain from this. And finally what did he ask? Minus x comma y. So minus x means it is positive, y means it is already negative. So positive and negative, so where we are going to get? We are going to get in quadrant number 4, hence the answer is Q4. Next moving on to question number 29. So read the following statements and answer the question. Any two similar figures are congruent. So is it true? It is false because its converse is true. So any two congruent figures are similar, so it is true. So since it is true, so the first one is false. Next, two triangles are similar if their corresponding sides are proportional. Two triangles are similar if their corresponding angles are equal. So statement 3 and statement 4 both are correct. So from this what I can say, statement 2, statement 3, statement 4, all the 3 statements are true. So what did he ask? True only, no? So 2, 3, 4 only. So option C will come. Okay, next moving on to question number 30. So what he has given, find the value of x for which DE is parallel to, so DE is parallel to AB. So DE is parallel to, not AB, I think it is BC. Okay, so this is BC, right? So DE is parallel to BC from the figure. Now when in a triangle if a line is parallel to one of its side, then what we can say? So we can simply say that, so we can apply Thales theorem, right? So BPT theorem. So what BPT theorem states? The ratio, so AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. So when I substitute the values, I am going to get x plus 3 by 3x plus 19 is equal to x by 3x plus 4. So on simplification, so what I am going to get? So when I cross multiply, this becomes 3x square plus 4x plus 9x plus 12 is equal to 3x square plus 19x. Now on both sides I can cancel out 3x square. Now 9x plus 4x is 13x. So when I transpose 13x, so 19x minus 13x is 6x. So 6x is equal to 12. So clearly x is equal to 2. So answer is x is equal to 2. So here there is a small correction. So it is BC. So D is parallel to BC. Right. Next, moving on to question number 31. So he has given triangle ABC is isosceles triangle in which angle C is equal to 90 degrees. So there is an right angled isosceles triangle. So this is angle C. Automatically this becomes A and B. Here we can say that since it is isosceles triangle, AC and AB are equal. Now what he has given, AC is equal to 6 centimeters. No, then automatically BC is also 6 centimeters. Then what about AB? So if you want AB, so directly you can apply Pythagoras theorem. So what Pythagoras theorem states? AB square is equal to AC square plus BC square, right? So from this, AB square is equal to 6 square plus 6 square. So 6 square plus 6 square is 36 plus 36. It gives me 72. So from this, AB is equal to square root of 72. So this gives me 6 root 2. So the answer is 6 root 2 centimeters. So the answer is 6 root 2. Next, moving on to the next question. So what is this? So a man goes 24 meters due west, then 7 meters due north. How far is he from starting point? So for this, what I need to do? So I need to remember the India map, right? So if you observe the India map, so this upper side you will be having north and this is south, and to right hand side you will be having east and this is my west. Now what he has done? So a man goes 24 meters west. So a man goes, so for suppose if he is standing here and he went 24 meters west, and after that what he did? Then 7 meters due north. So he moved 7 meters due north, and west and north are perpendicular to each other. Now what is he asking? So from the starting point, so this is my starting point, no? So from the starting point, how far he is? So if you observe, this makes my right angle triangle. So clearly this distance is my hypotenuse, right? So from this, what I can say, hypotenuse is equal to square root of side square plus side square. So directly when I write this, so I am going to get 24 square plus 7 square. So what is 24 square? So 24 square is 576 plus 7 square is 49. So when you add these two, 9 plus 6 15, 1 is carried, 7 plus 4 11, 12. Again 1 is carried, 5 plus 1 6. So square root of 625 is 25 meters. So he is 25 meters away from the starting point, right? Next, moving on to question number 33. So what he has given? PA is equal to 3 centimeters. Sorry, here he has given 4 centimeters. So PA is equal to 4 centimeters. BQ is equal to 3 centimeters. AC is equal to, so this is C. So AC is equal to 11 centimeters. So this total length is 11 centimeters. Now already we know, so from external point, if a tangent is drawn, so if tangents are drawn, their lengths are equal. If BQ is equal to 3, then BP is also equal to 3. If AP is equal to 4, then AR is also equal to 4. Already we know this length is 11, then obviously this CR will be equal to 7. If CR is equal to 7, then CQ is also equal to 7. Now what did he ask you to find? BC. So BC means this length, no? So it is nothing but 3 plus 7. So 3 plus 7 is 10. So the answer is 10. Next, moving on to question number 34. Now what he has given, CA and CB are tangents. CA and CB are tangents, and he has given angle AOB is equal to 3x plus 5, angle ACB is equal to x plus 3. Now clearly this angle and this angle. So already we know that at the point of contacts the radii will be perpendicular to the tangent, right? So this is 90 degrees and this is also 90 degrees. So totally 180 degrees completed here. Now this angle AOB and angle ACB, so these two will make 180 degrees, right? So from this clearly what I can say, 3x plus 5 plus x plus 3 is equal to 180 degrees. Now 3x plus x is 4x, 5 plus 3 is 8. So when I transpose that 8, it becomes 172. So from this x is equal to 172 divided by 4. So in 4 table, so 4 times 16, so 4 3 is 12. So he is asking only x, no? So x is equal to 43 degrees. So the answer is 43 degrees. Next, moving on to question number 35. Here if you observe, so there are two circles with the same center. So such circles are called as concentric circles, and he has given, so one circle, so bigger circle is having radii 13 centimeters and the smaller circle is having radii 5 centimeters. Now AB is acting as tangent to the smaller circle and chord for bigger circle. Now clearly at the point of contact this makes 90 degrees angle, right? Since this particular line is passing through the center, so it will bisect the chord. It will bisect the chord. So already we know this is a right angle triangle and hypotenuse is 13 and one of the sides is 5. Then obviously we know the Pythagorean triplet 5, 12, 13, where 13 is the hypotenuse. Then automatically we can say that this length is 12. Automatically this length is also equal to 12. Then what is he asking you to find? AB. So this total AB length is nothing but 24 centimeters. Okay. So if you want to find this, so you can go using Pythagoras theorem, right? Next, moving on to question number 36. If the volume of two spheres are in the ratio 27:8, so already we know, so volume of sphere is nothing but 4/3 pi r cube. Now when you take the ratio, so this 4/3 pi is constant, so directly what we can say, volume is directly proportional to r cube. Volume is directly proportional to r cube. That means, so what he has given, so V1 by V2 is equal to 27/8. So which is equal to R1 cube by R2 cube. R1 cube by R2 cube. So from this what I can say, R1 by R2 is equal to 3/2. Now, and their surface areas. So already we know surface area. So surface area is nothing but 4 pi r square. If I remove this constant, so surface area is directly proportional to r square. That means their surface areas ratio should be r1 square by r2 square. That means it should be 9/4, but what he has given 3:2. So hence this statement 1 is wrong. Next, volume of sphere is 4/3 pi r cube and its surface area is 4 pi r square. So statement 2 is correct. Now what is he asking? Now choose the correct statement. So correct statement is only the second one, no? So statement 1 is false, statement 2 is true. So option C will be the answer. Next, moving on to question number 37. The number of cubes having edge 1 cm made from a cube with volume 125 cm cube. Now what is he asking? Number of cubes. So if I want number of cubes, so number of cubes is equal to what we can say, volume of given object by, or simply what we can say, so here what is the thing, so number of cubes having 1 centimeter edge made from a cube with volume 125 centimeter cube. So simply what we can say, volume of given solid by volume of required solid, volume of given solid by volume of required solid. Now what is the volume of given solid? So given solid is 125 centimeter cube by volume of required solid. So what is the requirement here? So number of cubes having 1 centimeter edge, no? So required volume is 1 cube. So 125 divided by 1, which gives me 125. So the answer is 125. So volume of given solid is 125 and volume of required solid is also, so it is 1 centimeter edge length is given, so its volume is 1 cube, so which is 1 again. So 125 by 1, 125. Next, moving on to question number 38. If you observe this question, so what he has given, so cos square 60 value, cot square 30 value, sin square 45 value, we should know to solve this particular problem. So 3 into, what is cos 60 value? Cos 60 value is nothing but 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 whole square plus 2 times of what is cot 30. So tan 60 is root 3, cot 30 is also root 3. So root 3 whole square minus 5 into sin 45 is 1 by root 2 whole square. Now from this what I am going to get? 3 by 4 plus root 3 whole square is 3, 2 3s are 6, minus 5 by 2, minus 5 by 2. Next, if you observe the LCM, so LCM is 4. So to get that 4, what I should do? So this is 4, so already 4 is there, so 3 plus, since we don't have 4, so we need to multiply and divide with 4. Then what I am going to get? I am going to get 24 minus, so here 2 is already there, so to make it 4 I need to multiply and divide with 2, so 5 2s are 10. Now finally, so 24 minus 10, 14, 14 plus 3, 17. So answer is 17 divided by 4. So option Bombay. Next, moving on to question number 39. So which of the given values is never possible for 2 sin theta? So already we know sin theta always lies in between minus 1 and plus 1, right? That means, so 2 sin theta means, so minus 2 less than or equal to 2 sin theta less than or equal to 2. That means 2 sin theta value will not exceed 2. And here one more condition is given, so its value is a and a is not equal to 1. A is not equal to 1, right? Now if you observe this, so a is nothing but the value, now 1 by a, so 1 by a means, so if you consider any value, so minus 1 and plus 1, so 2 sin theta means, so 1 by minus 2 plus 1 by 2. Next, a is any positive real number. Next, a plus 1 by a. So if you observe a plus 1 by a, so a plus 1 by a is always greater than or equal to 2. A plus 1 by a is greater than or equal to 2. So by AM GM inequality, we can say that a plus 1 by a is always greater than or equal to 2. So this equality symbol satisfies only when a is equal to 1. Since he has mentioned a is not equal to 1, so it is always strictly greater than 2. So a plus 1 by a is greater than 2. That means, so already we know that 2 sin theta always lies in between minus 2 and plus 2. But this particular situation is, so what I am getting here, so it is greater than 2. So that means this is not possible. So remaining all the values, so they are possible, but a plus 1 by a is not possible. Okay. Next, moving on to question number 40. So which of the following are true? So sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos square theta. This is correct. Secant square theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta. So this is also correct. Cosecant square theta is equal to So it should be 1 plus cot square theta, no? Hence it is wrong. So only 1 and 2 are correct. So option C. Next, moving on to question number 41. So what he has given, if ABC are interior angles of a triangle ABC. So whenever you talk about triangle ABC, so simply what we can say, sum of the angles is equal to 180 degrees. So since here we are talking about A plus B, so what we can do, transpose C to the other side. So from this A plus B is equal to 180 degrees minus C. Now on dividing with the 2 on both sides, so A plus B is equal to, when I divide with 1 and 2, so 90 minus C by 2. Now since I need tan of A plus B by 2, so apply tan on both sides. This gives me tan of A plus B by 2 is equal to tan of 90 minus C by 2. So tan of 90 minus C by 2 is nothing but cot of C by 2. So the answer is cot C by 2. Right, next moving on to question number 42. So tan 23 minus tan 51 degrees plus tan 39 degrees minus tan 67 degrees. So if you observe this, so 23 and 67, these two are complement to each other, and 51, 39, so these are complement to each other. So complement means, so when you add those two angles, so those will be equal to 90 degrees. Now this I can write it as tan 23 degrees minus tan 67 degrees plus tan 39 degrees minus tan 51 degrees. Now this tan 67 I can change it as cot tan 67, I can write as tan cot 23 degrees. So this I can write as tan 23 degrees minus cot 23 degrees plus next, so tan 39, so tan 39 I can write it as cot 51 minus tan 51. Now from this, if I take minus as common, then this becomes minus and this becomes plus. So cot 23 degrees minus tan 23 degrees, so minus of cot 23 minus tan 23. So we have formula for that. So cot A minus tan A is equal to 2 cot 2A. So this is the formula which we are going to use here. So this becomes 2 cot 2 into 23 degrees plus, so here cot A minus tan A, so already it is given, so cot of 2 into 51 degrees. So this gives me minus 2 into cot 46 degrees plus 2 into cot 102 degrees. So again this cot 102 I can write it as, so minus 2 cot 46 plus 2 times of cot 102 I can write it as minus tan 12 degrees, because cot 102 I can write as cot 90 plus 12. So cot of 90 plus 12 is nothing but minus tan 12 degrees. So overall what I can do, so I can take minus 2 as common, so this gives me cot 46 degrees plus tan 12 degrees. So if you observe this, so what I am going to get, so cot 46 tan 12, so these two things are positives, right, because they are in first quadrant. So positive plus positive, positive, so positive into negative I am going to get negative. So this value is negative, but it will never become equal to minus 1. So from the options, so clearly we don't have any answer for this. So if we simplify this, so it will be nearly equal to minus 2 point something, but from the options we are not going to get anything, right? So there is some mistake in the question or in the options, right? For suppose if these symbols are removed, so if this minus plus minus, so these symbols are removed, and if you make them as into, then I am going to get the value as 1. If I am given with tan 23 degrees into tan 51 degrees into tan 39 degrees into tan 67 degrees, then I am going to get option B, right? Next moving on to question number 43. A pole of 6 meters high casts a shadow of 2√3 meters long on the ground. At that instant, the sun's elevation is, so is asking you to find the angle, right? So in these type of questions, so what you should do, so you need to draw the figure. A pole of height 6 meters is there, and it is casting a shadow of 2√3 meters, and is asking you to find this angle of elevation. So here directly what we can do, we are having opposite side, we are having adjacent side, so directly I can go with tan theta. So tan theta is equal to h by d, height by distance. So from this tan theta is equal to, what is height here, 6 by 2√3. So how can I write 6 as, so 6 I can write it as √2 into √2 into √3 into √3, or simply instead of writing √2 into √2 I can write as 2 into √3 into √3 by 2√3. So 1 2√3, 2√3 gets cancelled, this is nothing but √3. So tan theta is equal to √3. So from this theta is equal to, so √3 is possible when tan is at 60 degrees. So theta is equal to 60 degrees. So answer is 60 degrees. Next, moving on to question number 44. So in a frequency distribution, so L is given, sigma Fi, that is N is given, Cf is given, F is given, H is given. Find out the median. So already we know the formula for median, no? So what is the median for grouped data? L plus N by 2 minus Cf divided by F into H. So this is nothing but the formula. So using this formula, so L is 40 plus N by 2. So half of 52 is 26 minus Cf is 28 divided by F into 10. So 26 minus 28 is minus 2. So which gives me 40 minus, so 26 minus 28 minus 2 by 4 is minus 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 into 10. So if you simplify this, so this is nothing but 10 by 4 is 5 by 2. 5 by 2 means 2.5. It is 2.5. So 40 minus 2.5 is nothing but 37 point something. But here, so there is no such option, right? So what is N by 2 value? So N by 2 value is 26. 26 minus Cf is 28. So 10 by 4 means 5 by 2. So 2.5. So 40 minus 2.5 is nothing but 37 point. So it is 37.5. So the answer is 37.5. So maybe there is some mistake here, right? So by substituting the values you are going to get the answer. Okay, next, moving on to next question. So median of x by 5 comma x by 4 comma x by 2 comma x by 3 is 13 and x is greater than 0, then the value of x is. If you observe all the values here, so while finding the median of ungrouped data, so first of all we need to arrange them in ascending order or descending order, right? So what I am going to do is, so if denominator increases, automatically the whole value decreases, right? Now from this, if I write in descending order, so what is the descending order? X comma x by 2 comma x by 3 comma x by 4 comma x by 5. So this is nothing but my descending order. Now based on this, so since we have only 5 terms, so the middle most will be my median. So this is my median. Now when I compare this with my value, so x by 3 is equal to 13. So from this, x is equal to 39. So the answer is 39. Next, moving on to question number 46. So what he has given, the mean of these two terms is capital M. So what is mean formula? Sum of observations by number of observations. So p plus 1 by p by 2 is equal to capital M. So from this, what I can say, p plus 1 by p is equal to 2 times of m. Now what is he asking? The mean of p cube plus 1 by p cube. So mean of p cube plus 1 by p cube means p cube plus 1 by p cube divided by 2. Now if you observe the numerator, it is a cube plus b cube formula. So a cube plus b cube can be written as a plus b whole cube minus 3ab. So 3ab means, so p into 1 by p will get cancelled into p plus 1 by p whole divided by 2. Now when I replace the value of p plus 1 by p with 2m, then what I am going to get? 2m whole cube minus 3 into 2m whole divided by 2. Now this becomes 8m cube minus 6m divided by 2. 8m cube minus 6m divided by 2. Now from this gives me 4m cube minus 3m. So 4m cube minus 3m. So which is nothing but option C. Next, moving on to question number 47. So if you observe here, mode of the data. So which number is repeated more number of times? It is nothing but 3. So clearly x plus 1 is equal to 3. So x is equal to 2. So since x is equal to 2, so we need to find this value. So 2 into 2 square plus 3 into 2 plus 1. So 2 square is 4, 4 2s are 8 plus 3 2s are 6 plus 1. So 8 6 plus 14 plus 1 15. So answer is 15. Next, moving on to question number 48. The probability of impossible event. So probability of impossible event is 0. Probability of event occurring of E, probability of not E. So the sum of probabilities of happening and not happening is equal to 1. Next, total number of possible outcomes when coin is tossed. So when coin is tossed, we are going to get 2 outcomes. The probability of an event 50%. So 50% means half. So this gives me 1342. So 1342. So here he has given completely in reverse order, right? So for A, I am going to get 1. So for A, 1. For C, 4. So for C, there is no 4. So for C it is 4. For 1 it is A. For 2 it is D. So for D 2. So that means option 3. So here he is confusing us, right? Next, moving on to question number 49. The probability of guessing the correct answer to a test question is x by 12. The probability of not guessing the correct answer to this question is 2 by 3. So not guessing the correct answer. That means P of E bar is equal to 2 by 3. So since we are having by 12, so if I multiply with 4 and divide with 4, this gives me 8 by 12. So not correct is 8 by 12. Then correct is 4 by 12. So correct is, so P of E is equal to 4 by 12, because when we add these two we need to get 1. So clearly on comparison x value is 4. So x is equal to 4. Next, moving on to question number 50. If E is an event, then P of E is its probability. Then what do we know? So probability of any event lies in between 0 and 1, and it is 0 if it is impossible event, and 1 it is a sure event, right? So these all are nothing but the questions, so model questions that were asked in the model paper, right? So the question paper will be a little familiar to this, right? So thank you for watching the video. So thank you very much.